Hi.
And welcome to the Laughing Dance Stories. Today I'm so happy and grateful that I have the beautiful Radha on my show. Thank you so much for joining a conscious conversation with me.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to join you. Thank you so much.
Okay. So I thought, since we have you here, let's start today's session with an invocation. Let's offer a prayer and we'll start today. Yeah. So will you say something for us?
Yes, definitely. Om Gananam Tvam Ganapatikum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannodibhisida Sadanam Om Namaste Ganapataye. That's a traditional start with Ganapati.
Yes. If you actually went and watched my yesterday's video, I also started off with that, but a little bit more stronger.
Okay.
That's it. Ganesha is always very dear to us. Can you see?
Yeah.
How are you doing? How is the lockdown keeping you?
So the lockdown is actually keeping me more busy than ever.
எல்லாருக்கும் I think they are more busier than we used to be, yeah?
Yeah, it's also that, we can never complain ever after this that we didn't have the time. So, whatever we want to do, இப்போ பண்ணாதான் உண்டு. And we cannot say, இல்ல time இருந்திருந்தா நான் இப்படி பண்ணியிருப்பேன். All that is not, no justification can be given. So, I'm trying out all that I have always wanted to do and trying to take Gurukul to the world also.
That's very nice. Yeah. So what are you upskilling yourself in? What have you been learning during this lockdown?
So I've been learning and getting familiarized more with social media because I've always been a in-person kind of communication kind of a person, and social media now I'm grappling with it and learning pretty fast also because I have the time. So I've started my YouTube channel and there is a playlist where I can
with the Hanuman.
Yeah.
You were telling there are different places Hanuman and
Yeah, so taking what I know to the world is becoming easier. So yeah, with Insta Live for the first time, you're also teaching me a lot.
And I think you should, the world needs to experience you because you're such a wonderful teacher. And
Thank you so much.
Able, I think you've been blessed to actually grow up in an ecosystem that has been able to teach you a lot of values and virtues as a child.
Very true.
So let's go, for those who don't know Radha, I've not even actually made a proper introduction. So I'm going to allow Radha to tell a bit about yourself.
Okay. Right. If you see me as a person, I am a Chennaiite, born, brought up, married, settled, working, everything in Chennai. So I owe a lot to the city also. And I owe a lot to my teachers in all fields. Right from a very young age, my mom was a Balavihar teacher. Balavihar is a concept with Chinmaya Mission. I've been active with Chinmaya Mission since my teeny tiny age. I went to Chinmaya Vidyalaya for my schooling and I grew up in Chinmaya Balavihar, listening to a lot of these stories from Indian culture. As a child also, I had a lot of questions actually. I used to search for answers, and many of the answers I was happy and I was blessed to receive my answers. And as I grew, gets their answers, but I was
Correct.
Hello? Can you hear me?
We kind of lost you. That is a little lagging, okay? We heard you up till Yuvavir, okay? So we'll have to repeat from the Yuvavir. We have to be very understanding that actually everyone is going through some internet issue. Google on the connectivity issue will be
Oh, maybe. So, yeah, I was the lucky few who could do the Yuvavir program. So, here, youngsters are chosen and groomed in Indian culture, especially rooted in our scriptures, but timed according to today's age. That is, how do we take Indian culture to the different age groups that are existing today in a style that they would appreciate, but retaining the beauty of it, right? So through various different initiatives we were taught, and this was also a value-based leadership initiative. So I discovered a lot about myself. Before the course, I was like just giving myself a chance to explore this, but I ended up exploring myself more. It was more of a mirror. I got to know myself better because there is one secret about me, okay? I'll tell you. The thing is, throughout school, there was one thing that I always used to write in the, you're a leadership coach, so you will be knowing about the SWOT analysis, right? Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Right? So in that, it is given to us year on year, okay? At the end of the year, you have to write what is your threat. So S, W and O, I write it easily, but threat has always been the same, okay? Was always the same, and that was public speaking. My biggest fear was public speaking. I would, yeah, you won't believe it, but yeah, that's the truth. Now, my profession is public speaking, but from where to where, right? So it was like I hear my own voice in front of like on the mic. If I hear my own voice, I get jitters and I'm like I start shaking. So that is how I used to be. From there to where I have got is like a huge journey of self-discovery, and it's also been a journey of reinstilling that confidence in myself. And Chinmaya Mission played a huge role in that because Chinmaya Yuva Kendra is a platform for youngsters where they can explore and know their potential and talent without having much doubts of what may happen or who might judge me. So it's like a practice net. And at the same time, you are doing something for a higher cause, for a greater cause, for the social welfare. So that played a big role in my life. And at the end of my Yuvavir course, I came to know that I am actually a people person. Till then, I thought I was always an introvert.
Yeah.
Till then, I didn't know that, but I got to know about myself, and then my whole line of thinking, everything changed. Then I got to do I went from engineering into HR line, training and coaching. Okay, and then I did my MBA, and then I went into entrepreneurship. For me, there is always a spirit in me to do something beyond what is obvious. So that was also a thread that I followed, but I didn't know that if you had asked me as a 5th standard child or a 6th standard child, be it even a 10th standard child, I would have had no idea that I would become an entrepreneur. No idea at all. And
What do you want to become? What did you think you wanted to become?
I definitely thought I would not do this. Okay, because that was like a big no. Saying, oh, in front of so many people, I have to go and speak. No. First take cross. Anything that required speaking as, yeah. That was a big no. Yeah, but then
right? You are a performer, however. You are a trained Bharatanatyam dancer, right?
Yeah, I am. So even in my school days and all that, I used to perform a lot. So for me, going on stage in front of say 1,000, 10,000 people and dancing was not a big deal. But you asked me to say one thank you on the mic, I'll go like tick, 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 tick. So fears creep in different ways for different people. But sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My first time I met you, I came for the facilitator summer camp.
Yeah.
You were wearing yellow color Punjabi suit with some yellow and green. I never seen someone so confidently talking and explaining what is going to be happening. Okay, this is not a mistake, this is not a popular story. This is the way we will go forward. Clarity was like, wow, okay. What's happening? Because this is the first time I'm actually coming to Jimmy Mission Heritage Center. Okay, what? All that stuff is happening here. I'm just watching and I'm just thinking it all in. And my further interactions with you was in the summer camp. When I saw the way you and everyone else handle the kids, and I was thinking, my God, the world needs this. The world needs this. I was not blessed enough to grow up in such an environment, and kind of knowledge and just the space that you have created, and I would say, I mean, of course, nothing could have been possible. He thought of his spot on, from Srilanka. But what is keeping the whole thing alive? People who are bringing it, right? All of the front top such a great thing I want to congratulate you, and I want to also send my
Thank you so much. That's actually speaking a lot about me, but seriously, people like you, okay, I describe you to anybody I meet as an energy bomb. That energy bomb keeps bursting, doom, 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 doom. And we have to be, if we have to guide energy bombs like that, then imagine the kind of energy we should have. We draw all that from you guys.
Yeah, and I'm so happy. Really, Cinema Nation has been such a transformation.
Can you tell me so I can smell?
You're saying something? Yes.
Yeah. So I was.
Yeah, but you were saying something, yeah.
Yeah. So in Chinmaya Mission, when we met, also there is a lot. One thing that you said is very true. That is, we are all kind of blessed to come in contact with the right people at the right time. And my life was blessed that way. And I really owe my great gratitude to two people who really transformed my life. Many touch points are there who transformed, but two people who are like amazingly inspiring. One is my dance teacher. Okay, her name is Dr. Lakshmi Ramaswamy. She shaped me not only as a dancer, she shaped my thinking, the way I work, a lot of that. Okay, as a person, she shaped me. Okay, she knew when to be a teacher, when to be a mother, when to push somebody, when to comfort somebody. An amazing person who made me go beyond what I perceived I could. Okay, so till date, my gratitude to her is like immense. And the humility with which she, and grace and humility with which she handles herself. She could, people put her on a pedestal, but the way she handles herself and handles her students is amazing. So that is one inspiration point for me. The next is, of course, our very own Swami Mitrananji. So I met him when I was I was in fifth standard, and till date he's been my guiding force. And I think that's a big deal, right? To have a guru come and go into your life itself is a big deal, and to have him handholding through life like a lifetime project for them and for us, it's a lifetime inspiration. So I think having the right people to look up to in life to inspire us is a big deal, and I think I'm blessed that way to have these two people in my life. And more, like lots more, but these two are like, they are the, like Instagram has highlights, they are the highlights.
Super. Right. So I want to talk to you about Gurukul Fund. Okay. So what is Gurukul Fund? How did you come about it? Also, how was the idea of funding by a young mind couple?
Okay, so before Gurukul Fund was when I finished my MBA. Okay, till then I knew I was going to do something in my lines of passion, but I didn't know what, and I didn't have any direction. Okay, just before, like people know about Gurukul Fund now, but even before that I had started up one venture. Okay, and that was called the Idea Factory. So the Idea Factory was an idea in my head, which overnight became a Facebook page. Okay, because I have this thing of when I start thinking of something, I think and think and think, and I don't start it. I think too much and I don't start. So I decided this time that let me just start. Let me see how people respond. It's okay if they don't respond well. So I created an FB page, and you won't believe it, within 5 days of creating the page, I had like 500 followers or something on Facebook. I was like, wow. I was like, hey. So what this the Idea Factory was about is that creating custom-made, tailor-made gifts for people based on the person's personality, interest and inclination. Okay, and also based on Hindu culture. Okay, so if you want to gift something to, say, your father celebrating 60 years, his 60th birthday, what do you want? So sometimes people have great ideas but don't have the time, or sometimes people want to do something but don't have the right idea. So my idea was to make them create the gift, because it has to be personalized. I believe if you lift something off the shelf, then that is not personalized. That is not a gift. Okay, so I started creating products and experiences for people to relish for a lifetime. So that went on for some time in Chennai, and then I had to, for example, for somebody's 25th wedding anniversary, the children wanted to gift something to the parents, and we created a gift in lines of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. 4 gifts. Okay, so for Dharma, something related to the person also, not just Hindu culture. So what is that person's mindset? So we will interview the people who are wanting to gift and understand about the person who is the gift addressed to. Okay, so what kind of a person, and sometimes you want a product, sometimes you want an experience. For example, we went to a blind home and children's home. We distributed cakes and all that for Dharma. For Artha, it is a material gift. Sometimes for Artha, it was a family tree, because for them the greatest wealth that they gained in the whole life was the family, right? So it was a family tree created, things like that. And for Kama, it's for enjoyment, right? So anything that they enjoy. Some people enjoy music. Some people enjoy, say, stamp collection. Doesn't matter. Whatever you enjoy, say you will get an experience of that. Okay, and then.
Okay. Okay.
back and taking a job. So I decided to follow my husband to China. So in China started an all new adventure. So it's a new place, completely new place. So exploring the place, and I continued my entrepreneurial stint at China. There, I found out that I was the only Bharatanatyam teacher, Bharatanatyam dancer in China, in Shanghai, because I was in Shanghai. And there was, when I performed somewhere, people started asking, can you teach? And I was like, no, I can't teach. I don't know anything. And I started teaching out of hobby. And then I understood people like this, and there is something that I can do with it. So I became a Bharatanatyam teacher there. Then I associated myself with a yoga unit there. And I used to teach Nritya Yoga. I even reached the Chinese there. Okay, through yoga, Indian culture is acceptable there. Otherwise, it is a communist place, right? So I took Indian culture to them through dance. And then, of course, we started Chimya Mission in small units there. So those are things that, sprung up the entrepreneur in me and made me more confident. I was like, it is not just a kutty stint, but maybe I should do this for a longer time. So when I came back to India, I was clear that I need to start up something. And culture where we create products so that it can reach children, but those products should be games and activity kits for children explaining Indian culture. So conceptualizing and creating games for children based on Indian culture, based on our ancient Indic wisdom, but in a way that they would appreciate and remember.
Yeah.
So then came Gurukul.
Yeah.
So Guru and cool. So in a cool way, you have to teach. So that was the idea behind Gurukul. And we started making like board games, card games.
I love your yes. And to everyone who's listening, there is a lag. There is a little bit of lag. Sorry. So I was just going to tell our listeners that you guys should really totally check out this God's Rummy card, the Shiv card. So different. Maybe you should talk a little bit about the card. So basically, my experience was there will be different cards, there will be different ones, there will be different accessories, there will be different. So you have to like group them. So you, by just doing that and playing, you yourself will get like I learned a lot of things there. This one has focus, and this one has for here, and these are the things, and that was really cool. I think it is brilliantly, thought. We put a lot of thought into it. Because he just kind of remembers, right? Like, article and all. I think he memorized everything. And me, obviously. So that was a good way to actually introduce this kind of knowledge. It's a fun thing. Yeah.
Very true, very true. Because today, kids are, easy to shape. Their minds are easy to shape. The later we catch them, like Swami Chinmayananda says, catch them young. The later we catch them, the more difficult it is to sow a seed in their heads, because there is conditioning as we grow. So it requires unconditioning and reconditioning as we grow. But when you're really young, you will look upon anybody who's cool as a superhero. Okay, so today in the age where aliens and fictionary characters become superheroes, our idea was why not introduce our own gods as superheroes? Okay, let it go into their heads, and as they grow, when they become teenagers, when they question, we should kindle their questioning spirit and answer that. Okay, because these days, there are parents who are actually also telling stories when they are little, but when they are growing, kids start asking questions because many of them don't have answers. They stop teaching about all this. So that either that's because their know-how is a little less, and where do I get all this info from? How do I read this up? And number two, time. Time is an issue. Number three, interest and value. Do I really have to do this? Those kind of things. But when you readily have a solution, you will want to take it up. Because today's lifestyle is a lifestyle of convenience also. Right? If somebody is going to give it to me in a fun and easy way, I will actually try taking Indian culture to my child. But if it is too difficult, maybe I will circumvent it. So we understood, we did a primary research with parents, and we understood what kind of things they buy for the kids and what kind of things they prefer, and what is the style in which they want to take Indian culture to children. So all that we researched a bit, and we understood parents, Indian parents and Indian parents living abroad also, and we came up with our set of games. And it's fascinating, Indian culture, because through stories, we have so much to say. For the same story, for a little kid, will be just a fantasy tale. And as you grow, there is so much of, symbolism in that story. Let me give you an example, okay? For example, Hanuman is flying over Lanka. Okay, so Hanuman is flying to Lanka, and he finds Sita Mata, and then he puts Lanka on fire. So in fact, in Kamba Ramayana, Kamban, describes this event like this, saying Hanuman puts Lanka on fire, and the flames of the fire rise so high that Brahma's lotus becomes black. Okay, that is the kind of poetry and exaggeration. But what do we do? Understanding of the same incident that happened. So there are three aspects here. So one is the fact, the history that happened. Second is the mystic and the exaggerated element by a poet. And the third is the spiritual aspect. Right? So there are three aspects to one story. So, but if we just read the story, okay, what will happen? We'll either dismiss it saying, hey, this might have not happened. Or we will say, oh, is this so true? So Brahma's lotus got fire? So either this extreme or that extreme. But we should know to take this from that. And, that is where we need spirituality coming into our lives. And We need teachers in our lives. So we are children and the link is not broken. We have a great treasury and we owe it to our ancestors to take it forward. So we are just playing the mediator role. That's what Gurukul is all about.
Correct. That's really, really talented and wonderfully said, And I think what you said might be that a story being needed to actually bring a lot, because everybody likes to listen to stories. When you say it in the right way, and you find the right means of getting it across. Now, everyone wants to listen to it, and not only children. I want to sit and listen to the story. I was hoping, that I could share one quick story with us, perhaps, with the whole body language and everything, so that we can experience what is beautiful experience this could be, and like how people can experience this, by engaging in to the schools or to the organizations, even in corporate sectors, because there's so much values, right? So let's give them a little bit of preview for those who have not seen you in different audiences. Right? So, yeah, would you be open to doing that?
Yeah, can do. So, right. Let's listen to a story from the Bhagavad Purana. Okay? So, many of you might be knowing this story, but let's see the symbolism behind the story towards the end. So, this is a story of little Krishna. Kutti Krishna, okay, not grown up and all. Kutti Krishna. So, little Krishna was born and the word went around everywhere. And everybody was like wanting to see this cute child with a big smile, and everybody was coming to see him. Okay, lots and lots of people, not just from it, but from other villages. People, those days it is all here.
Oh. Hey. There is a lag. There is a lag. The last I heard was Yashodama hearing to herself. We'll let the lag. This is a prime time, so I guess everybody is using that net. Okay. Are you able to see now? Is it like, is that lag? ಇಲ್ಲ ಭಯಂಕರ ಲ್ಯಾಗ್ ಒರೇ ನಿಮಿಷ just
Okay.
Now can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Go ahead. So Radharama couldn't keep Krishna to himself. We heard until that.
Cuddle him and all of that. So what happened on the other end? Kamsa had a prophecy. Kamsa was Krishna's uncle, but he had a prophecy that
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Are you okay? She also heard the rumor and she also heard that, okay, this little baby is divine and people are actually coming in. I am getting messages that Radhaka, your voice and video aren't clear. Okay. Okay, let me change my place. Okay, let me try.
Yeah,
Now clearer? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she she heard about this baby called Krishna, who
Am I clear? Like, to anybody?
yeah,
Yeah.
very much audible. Now okay, now okay is what the message is coming. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, super. Okay, now.
Okay, sorry guys. I don't know why it's going wrong. Okay, so what happened was Putana hears about Krishna and Putana decides, okay, let me go and try killing this child because this child is considered divine by everybody. They say he's beautiful, he's this, he's that. Let me go and see this. Okay, and she knew that if she has to go there, she cannot be in her form of that demoness form, right? She has to be someone that people believe and people trust easily. So she changes her form to look beautiful. Okay, she looks like a beautiful gopi girl. Okay, and nice. She wears nice clothes, and right from her claws, her fingernails to everything, she's completely groomed. She is looking super, like she's done a makeover, something like that. Okay, and then she walks into Gokula and she goes to the house, and everybody looks at her and she speaks so sweetly to people, saying, inquiring about them and talking about Krishna and going and when you see a child, you அந்த கொஞ்சறது இருக்கு தெரியுமா, you pamper the child, say oh achlu muchlu and like that. She is saying it so beautifully. Everybody was adoring the way she was adoring the child. Okay, and everybody, nobody had any doubts about her. Everybody was like, oh, she's such a nice person. And then she asks, can I have him with me for some time? And then they were all readily, wow, yeah, you're such a nice person, please take. Okay, and then she takes Krishna away out of sight from Yashoda, and as she is cuddling Krishna, she slowly tries to feed, and she, through her breast, when she is giving her milk, is trying to poison Krishna. Krishna, it is told in Bhagavatam that as soon as he's a little child, but he is God, right? He knows everything. So when Putana is taking him away itself, Krishna closes his eyes. So there are many symbolisms to that. Krishna, it is told that Krishna closes his eyes just to see that, oh, I don't want to see, because through my eyes maybe the grace will flow through to her, and maybe I won't be able to end her evilness. Okay, so there are various things like that. Okay, and then she takes him outside, and when she's going to breastfeed him, Krishna is also happy, smiling. Okay, he's not like frowning, he's not crying and alerting people, nothing. He doesn't alert anybody. Like a very samatha child, he is in her hands. Okay, and then when he starts drinking her milk, okay, he starts sucking with such violence. He starts sucking. Okay, and she feels like her life is going out of her, not just her milk. She feels like he is poisoning me, not me poisoning him. And she's trying to take the child away from her, okay? And when she's trying that, he's not leaving her. He is holding on to her. A little child Krishna and holding on to her, and she's struggling, and now she's not able to keep her Maya, that is, she's not able to keep her form, that beautiful lady, right? And now she is like struggling and struggling, and now she becomes the big demonic self, okay? And she started screaming. Krishna didn't scream till now. She starts screaming, saying, "Oh, somebody help me, I can't take this anymore." And people suddenly heard the screeches very far away. They were like, "Oh, who is this?" And then somebody saw that Krishna is missing from the cradle, and this lady is nowhere in the vicinity. They thought, okay, she is going to be roaming here, but she is nowhere in the vicinity. They all get afraid. Yashoda is like frantic. They are all running, and then towards the voice they run, and then they see that there is like a big mountain, okay? Who is that mountain? Putana. Okay, and Krishna is jumping on her and playing. Okay, like imagine something like a jumping castle, like the first ever jumping castle. Something like that. He is like really cute, and crawling over her, and jumping over her and smiling. And people are like looking at him and looking at that demon, and they immediately go and grasp Krishna, take him away, and Yashoda feels very bad and says, "Oh Krishna, I shouldn't have let you go away with her. It's my fault," and all that. So this is one of the ways you can look at it is a miracle by Krishna when he was young. Okay, a lot of demons like this has been killed by Krishna, and every demon has been sent by Kamsa. So Kamsa, the name itself, if you divide, it is Kahasaha. Kamsaha is Kahasaha. Kahasaha means Saha means he. Okay, Kaha is where. Kahasaha is where is he? Where is he? Okay, so this particular Kamsa has been searching for Krishna through various means. Oh, where is he? 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 He's always searched in the outside world for Krishna through what? Through all his negativities, through all his demons. He keeps searching through his demons, right? So all his negativity one by one is slayed by Krishna. And finally it is only Kamsa who comes face to face with Krishna, and Krishna defeats him. So it's almost like Kamsa goes from the outside world searching for Krishna, he goes within finally. Where is Krishna? He is searching outside. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? But actually, where is Krishna? Within. Right? So this profound principle can be told through such a lovely story. And here, if you see the villagers and all those who were with Yashoda, what did they do? They saw the physical form and the beautiful words, and they got tricked. So don't get tricked by your eye. Don't get tricked by what you hear. தீர விசாரிப்பதே மெய் சொல்றாங்கல்ல. So those who are in ignorance, we only superficially see things. We see things on the whole, on the superficial self, and we say, "Oh, this is good. Oh, this is bad." Oh, we start judging, right? But we have to look deeper. For looking deeper, knowledge is important. And only Krishna could look deeper. He could look through her, could look through who she is, right? So that is what knowledge does to you. You look deeper and not just superficial. So such a deep, profound thinking through such a small, mini, tiny miracle kind of an incident. So for kids, this is a fun thing to have. For adults, we should know to go deeper. That's what makes the difference.
Thank you so much. I think this is like Indian story, like ancient Indian wisdom story on the show. I've had someone else who told another story about a bird and a mountain and joy and all that. So this is really, really special. And this is the first time I'm hearing this story. So thank you so much for that, really. You are
Thank you so much.
and, the world needs to see sees so much of you. So please, I think in time, I think a lot of people will be learning a lot about the Indian, culture and the stories through your beautiful inaction. I loved your that Mother Govinda. My God, and I saw what it was just by your inaction alone. It's just that memory is now like சொல்லுவாங்க தெரியுமா? It's there. So I really hope and wish you create more because it's not only for the kids. I think even for me and I think people like me, many are. It's going to be extremely helpful. So please do that. Okay, this is really encouraging.
Thank you, definitely. It's very motivating and very encouraging to hear a mother like you, a superwoman like you, say these words because people should see the value in what we do. That's when this goes to the world outside, right? Otherwise, it will stay in the limited circle. So, thank you so much for inviting me on your show, and I had a lovely time. Thank you so much.
Okay, so before you leave, okay, there's a lot of the other things that actually we can talk about probably in another session where we will particularly do on a particular topic. But I usually do with all my guests, okay. I call this the big and audacious goal, okay. This is a space where I want you to tell me it is on a billboard exercise, okay. Let's imagine that huge billboard, okay. Full cover everywhere, okay. Okay. The same billboard is in front of KLCC, New York also. Okay. Same billboard, whatever is on the billboard, at the same time, Kuala Lumpur, New York, Sydney. So it's being replicated everywhere. Okay. And the billboard, okay, on that billboard. Okay. Now, what is Radha wearing? Where is she? Who is it? Okay? What is the billboard saying? Is what I would like you to tell. So that could be a big, hairy, audacious goal, right? So So take a minute if you have to, and then tell me what are you seeing.
Okay. Should there be something like a tagline or something?
What is coming to you? Just go into your visualization and see if you are going to be on the billboard. Okay, what is the message going to be? Is it going to be a picture? Are you seeing it with somebody? Just try to go into your space because the wisdom usually comes from within.
This is my favorite kind of ice cream, the fudge.
What are you seeing?
Cookies, nice, Rachel.
Okay, don't know. I'm going to pass you. Who are you with? What color?
This big. Oh, that's cute. I've actually seen how this works on YouTube. Was it book? I think that's fun game. Yes, it is. I think you will have to insert this here. Okay.
Couldn't hear you.
Okay, இப்போ கேக்குறதா?
No, wait, Radha, wait, I can't hear you. I'm not able to hear you at all. Wait, I'm not even able to see you. Do you need to shift?
Oh. Now, can you see me?
கொஞ்சம் அப்படியே லைட்டா கிளியர் ஆகுற மாதிரி இருக்கீங்க. Okay, okay.
You can see me?
Yes, yeah.
So I was saying, whatever, what I wear, this I don't know, but I will have a big smile. Okay.
You have to tell me what you're wearing.
அதான் சொல்றேன் கேளுங்க நான் வந்து என்ன இருக்கோ இல்லையோ I'll be wearing a big smile on me. ஓகேவா? That is a dream. That is not frowning but smiling is a dream. Okay, definitely living that dream is what I inch towards every day. Okay, so that is one thing. Then I will definitely be, if I'm somewhere, it will be connecting what the rishis did, what the rishis said, what ancient India did, taking it to current generation. I think anything that depicts that, not just children, not just teenagers, not just elders, that doesn't matter. I will definitely be a very proud Hindu. Okay. Proudly also proclaiming I am a very proud Hindu. And I will proudly proclaim that I am a link in this great chain. Okay. That existed, and that exists, and that will exist. Okay. So I think that will be the feature, me in the middle, and there will be rishis of the past, and there will be kids of the future. Me in the middle. That will be what I look at. That is what I am. I am a postman.
Are you
Sorry?
like the cosmos? Like, is there a picture of like universe, cosmos? What is the background?
Yeah, I think I clearly can't envision the background, but I know that it's something like a chain that is going on, and I'll be like that one link in the chain which is not broken. And I will take care that more links are created such that the links are not broken. So that I think is the mission of my life.
Okay, what is it?
It says,
What is the God saying?
Wow, so nice. By the way, this is my gift. Look what I did. I made cheese.
Cheese?
I made milk.
So what is your most favorite present?
Even your present to me. I also like this.
You like everything?
Okay. So,
Oh, you forgot to open Ariana's gift for you.
let me work. Otherwise, we can just keep cribbing, right? We can just keep saying, we can bask in the glory of the olden times, and still today will be like, okay, we don't have this today, but those days was like that. So that is only yapping. So we have to do something about it, and I think. Thank you, Kartika. Actually, you made me think on these lines. Now, probably when I'm meeting you next time, I'll tell you even more clearly what I think.
this is a big Harry audition. So you should think a lot, okay? This exercise is just immediately. So that is something that is within you, and of course you can develop on it. But like at a point when somebody asks you, this is where you're going. You're not
Correct.
with Bali. You're not with like
Correct, Akka.
So you know this is your big Harry audition. Correct.
Very true. Very good question.
I really hope. I really do hope this billboard is going to come through in not only in real form as a billboard as a movement itself, right? And I'm very
Thank you, Akka.
happen. And it's
Thank you.
that movement to make it as alive and as joyful and as fun as possible.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you.
So it's just been an absolute pleasure. It was always nice to talk to you. And today it has been such a nice, it was really nice to have you. I hope you had some fun as well.
Very much, very much. I actually spoke a lot about myself, which I usually don't do. But I got to reflect as well, because we keep thinking about different things. We think not too much about what we did and how that can relive that and all that. Thank you so much for giving me the chance for that. Yeah, I hope I was, because I've seen who all have been on your interviews like this, and I was like, oh God, such great people have been there, and what have I done? In the future at least, I should do something to deserve this in Ramadri, I was thinking. Thank you so much for calling me.
Have you, and I want to have you once more, soon. Probably we'll have something, we'll think about something and we'll share, with people. So
Thank you, Akka. Thank you.
This is the last thing done. So after the expression thing, we are signing out to you. Say,
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.